Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show. On our journey, still remaining to the 250,000 subscribers. Now, look, my friends, I want you, everybody, right now, take a breath. Stop, slow down. Everyone's minds are racing. First, I want to begin by saying this channel, the Michael Cohen Show, as well as my Mea Culpa podcast and Political Beatdown, we are not, and I want to say this again because it's important, we are not an anti-Trump channel. Okay? What we do is we call out exactly what's going on and we opine on it. Very much like what you see everywhere else. The only difference is I come with a real history, with real knowledge, and a real former relationship to the man who just won the presidential election, whether you like it or you don't. And I want to say this, and I want to say, first of all, thank you. I've received thousands of emails and DMs from people who are subscribers, whether you like me or you don't. But the thing I want to express is that the people have spoken. And I don't want to hear people turning around saying, where are you running to? I'm not running anywhere. I don't want to hear people say, we have to fight, fight, fight. No, we don't. The will of the people have spoken. And Donald Trump, whether you like him or you don't personally, whether you like his policy or you don't personally, whether you turn around and you agree with the people that he may put into power personally, you like him or you don't, irrelevant. Donald Trump is going to be, come January, the 47th president of the United States. So there's no reason to unsubscribe. In fact, it's really the other way around, because here on this Michael Cohen Show, you're going to hear my opinions, you're going to hear my reactions based upon, again, my long-standing history with him on things that he may do which are good. And then we've applauded him on certain things on my shows. But we have also criticized him more frequently than the applause because of things that he does or he says, his behavior or the disparagement of certain minority communities. And if you don't believe this to be factually accurate, at the Manhattan District Attorney case, you may remember, you can easily go look up at the transcript. During cross-examination, Todd Blanche accused me of using this platform, my Mea Culpa podcast platform and Political Beatdown platform, as a way of staying relevant, making money by bashing and hating on Trump. You may remember what my comment to him was, no, sir, you have that backwards. And he said, really? Explain. I said, don't mind if I do. In fact, you're right. I stay more relevant if Donald Trump wins. I am more in demand even right now today than I was yesterday. I can't tell you the number of television stations that have already asked me to come on my third book will become even more relevant. And I say this not because what I'm saying is good for Trump or bad for Trump. It is because I call it the way that I see it. And many of you appreciate that. So again, if he does something commendable, we will discuss it. But I will continue to call out his bullshit. I want to call out the fact that Haitian migrants are not eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio. All right. But at the same time, there are things that we have to keep discussing over and over and over again, because our country, our democratic republic, depends on it. First, I wanted to show you a quick clip. A clip of what was said last night. First, Donald goes out and he says that J.D. Vance was a good choice. Something that, as you know, I don't think that it was. Regardless, he will be the vice president of the United States. Play the clip.
Under Donald Trump's leadership.
Thank you very much. He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets.
Yeah, again, he knew that J.D. Vance was not a good choice. My only hope for both of them, and I will say this openly and honestly, and again, it's something very similar to what I have said when I was on the stand. that my reactions to Donald Trump, again, are simply reactionary to things that they do and they say. So my hope is that as we move forward and Donald Trump ultimately gets inaugurated, that he will remember that he is the president for all Americans, not just MAGA. That kind of bullshit has to stop, because then Trump goes on and he speaks about promises made and promises kept. Play this clip.
There's no job like this. This is the most important job in the world. Just as I did in my first term, we had a great first term, a great first term. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises.
No, promises were made, promises were not kept. Okay? So, again, when hopefully Stephen Miller ends up writing this, and I don't think he should be the one to write it, it needs to be very, very different than what the inauguration that I was at in 2017. We are one country, we are one people. We may have differences of opinions, whether it come to abortion, climate change, safe gun control, whether it come to migration, immigration, etc. We may have differences of opinion, but nobody should want to see the country burn down because Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are going to be our president and vice president. And there's a certain amount of respect that we do still have to show them as the leaders of our country, whether we like them or we don't, whether we agree with their positions or we don't. They, by the will of the people, have been given the opportunity to put their platform out front. Now, there's so many things in his policies that I absolutely disagree with, including this stance on abortion, including the propositions across the country that failed, that still now require abortion before 6 weeks. This, to me, is absurd. We have failed. We, the voters, America has failed the women of our country. I actually thought that more women would understand that, and more people of color, more of the communities of color would have understood this, but they didn't. And so the decision has been made. My hope again, lastly, is that what Trump said is that he's going to turn our country around. And I hope that the way that he chooses to turn the country around with J.D. Vance will be positive for everyone, not just the elite few that are within that circle. So, my friends, we have to keep the faith. We cannot give into fear. And I'm asking each and every one of you, stay with us. Stay with us, because we're going to be more relevant now than we were even before. And most importantly, we cannot allow fear to rule us. We must turn around and we must tackle each issue and each statement and each policy and each action as it comes. We do not want to see America burn down simply because Donald Trump becomes president of the United States again. We do not want that. In fact, we want to support our president, because supporting our president, regardless of which party it is, for the policies that are American, not the ones that are fascist, not the ones that will ultimately destroy our democratic republic, like having somebody rewrite the Constitution, get rid of our tripartite system of government, et cetera, et cetera. No, what we want is we want all of our people to support the president, because a strong America means a strong world. And we are the beacon of democracy. We are the country that is regarded as supreme around the world, bar none. So, my friends, again, we have to keep the faith. And again, going back to the inauguration, I do truly hope that Donald Trump opens up his statement by saying, enough is enough. There will be no more divisiveness in this country under my presidency. I will be a president for all. I will be a president for anyone and everyone, regardless of whether you voted for me or not. I will attempt to do and I will accomplish my policy decisions, but those policies will be all for the benefit of America and for all Americans, not just Republicans, not just MAGA, but for all Americans. And this divisiveness that exists in this country must come to a stop. It must come to an end. The hatred between people, Americans, must come to an end, and I will ensure that that happens. That's the kind of message that I hope, a message of unity. Stop the divisiveness, stop the chaos. We need to be unified because, yes, America is the greatest country in the world. And so, my friends, I say thank you for constantly joining me on this journey. This journey is not over. It is going to continue. We will continue to look at the things that are said. We will continue to explore the things that are being done, and we will comment on them. I will comment on them on a daily basis as I have been doing. So again, no need to unsubscribe. In fact, resubscribe and tell and share with a friend. Hey everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.